Okay, starting a new production here. Working on some theater production images, as you can see on my screen. Working in camera raw because the lighting in the theater productions are all over the place in Kelvin temperature, meaning there's colored gels on all the lighting that crisscross and make crazy colored lighting, even different Kelvin temperatures on every face individually. So a few extra challenges. You don't get to control all the lighting, so the lighting is shot available light. Generally super high ISO, like 1600 ISO or higher, so that you can handhold and move around the scenes and shoot these scheduled production scenes. So you have really dark areas and super blown out bright areas with Kelvin temperature all over the place on every square inch. So lots of challenges, and going to work through some of these as we speak. All right, here we go. So as you see here in these images, you can see that we have very dark areas, we have bright areas, super bright areas, and darker areas, and you can see that the color temperature from face to face is all over the place. So you do your best without getting crazy. You can't get crazy on these shoots. To make sure that it's as neutral as possible, because these are going to get printed for production material, playbills, these type of things. All right, so let's take a look here. How are we going to deal with this? I would say I'm going to roll through and look at what the settings are, and we're going to look through. Okay, that's details and focus. I don't see anything real critical that we're going to change yet. I think what we'll do is I think we'll bump up the shadows. I think we'll do the same here. Bring in some natural light in there. I think we're going to take the blacks down to compensate for that. Let's click off and on here and see where we're at. You can see where the Kelvin temperature shot in auto white balance is very warm, almost orange, and we've taken it down to somewhere in the 2400 range. I think we're going to bump that up to 2650 and warm it up just a little bit. That looks a little bit better, not so cold and blue looking. All right, so clarity's at 10. You can see that I shot it at ISO 1600, an 80th of a second, 7.1 on the aperture, 24 to 105 at 55 millimeters handheld. All right, so let's take a look. I think the overall exposures are good. If we bump this up to 50, it's going to be kind of a push and pull. It opens up this area, but obviously we go pretty bright down here. A couple of things we could attempt to do here. We could maybe pull in a graduated filter, and let's get it to grab and pull it up. Mask, you see I have the masking turned on down here. If I don't do that, then you have to watch for the exposure, but with the mask on I can more easily see how far it's going to go up the scene. Okay. I'd say that's pretty good overall. Let's stretch it up just a little bit. All right, now let's take a look at what this is doing. Let's pull this down. Maybe let's start with minus 25% on the exposure. Let's take the mask off so I can see what it's doing. Okay, and with this selected, let's pull it down even farther. Okay, I think maybe that this is not the right way to go. Let's clear these pins and let's go with a brush. Okay, the adjustment brush, and let's brush in a little less exposure, and take everything off but maybe just the exposure. Maybe a nice big brush to cover her and feathered well. And let's turn the mask back on so we can see where we're going. And let's start by bringing maybe just her down, and let's see if maybe we don't have to adjust that mask at all. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, I think overall that's pretty good. And if you had to and you activate that, you can choose the erase, turn the mask on. If you needed to be more precise here, you could come in and erase the portions that you don't want the mask to touch. Okay, the rest of it's okay. Turn the mask off. And now for the most part it's only affecting those areas. Okay, and that's not bad. Let's take it down to 50. Oh, actually we have to activate it first. Let's take it down to 50. And that's probably more realistic. So with all of these chosen, even though she's in, let's see, she's in different place on these top ones, let's only choose the same vertical images. She should be in about the same spot. And let's synchronize these. Hit OK. It should run down all the vertical images. Okay, and let's see, it starts there. Let's go to the next image. You should always double check it. Okay, let's activate it. Let's turn on the mask, make sure you can see that it's, you can move the mask over a little bit, and I think that's fine. Let's go to the next one. Let's activate it. Let's move that mask a little bit. Let's go to the next one. Activate, move that mask over a little. And I think that's pretty good. Okay. Now I had already done these up here. What I normally do, which I did before you joined me, is I'll at least star them or something by hitting Control 5. I'm on a PC here. So I know which ones are finished. Okay, and those are already done and processed, saved just as high-res JPEGs. That's what they request. And I will save these as we go. Okay, and let's take a look here, and we'll choose those. And we're into the final JPEGs, number 12 RGB, 8-bit, 300 on the resolution. Let's hit save. You can see it saving those 7 files. Now let's select first process.